Okay, today I'm recording a video about the 136 creepy Wiki articles. I'm really gonna do 1 through 8 today, and this video and then I'm gonna do 8 every video. Okay, so the Roanoke colony is kind of creepy due to the fact that they came to this island and they're supposed to settle down and then they just disappear. No trace, no nothing. They just were gone. Um you might have kind of heard about it in a supernatural video. And they wrote down Croatoan, you know? Um yes, I would definitely advise checking that out. It's creepy. Um Murray Spear created a religion, sort of, that was saying that a couple of really smart guys like I think Thomas Edison or something like that, were talking to him, and so he tried to create a Christ, pretty much. It's like electronic Christ. It failed. It was taken down, but he had such belief in such everything that he tried to create a god, pretty much. So it's not creepy. It's just really interesting. Um, the Archibald reply is not creepy. I think it's actually really, really cool. Um, they sent a message to space, and it was a complete human DNA list. Like, it had everything about humans, the average adult human size, what components make DNA, where they were sending the information. It was crazy, just crazy information. I guess the only thing creepy about it would be they just sent it out there, just send it floating into space because they could, because they're just showing off that they could. We're just gonna send, the basic human, you know, out into outer space. If an alien comes by it, cool. Maybe they can come down and destroy us. Okay, just saying. Um, the Tonica laughter epidemic. See, it was in Japan, I think. A whole bunch of girls started laughing, and they started getting pains and screaming randomly, and they just couldn't stop laughing, and it just lasted forever. And there was over, I think, 1,000 Japanese girls affected, um just by laughing, and it's bad, ha 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 ha, and yeah, it spread through all 3 towns, I think. Definitely check that out. That's really cool. The Mad Gasser Gastoon Matoon. Um, I read this and I was like, oh, that's really, really weird. So pretty much this guy, or they said a girl dressed up as a guy, possibly, um, would put a nail into a person's window and fill their house with gas. And it caused their throat to contract, and just caused really bad problems. It caused a girl to stop breathing completely, and they had to give her mouth to mouth and try to get her back to respirate, I think it was called, back to life or whatever. And yeah, that's really, really crazy. This is sad and creepy. 4 boys again in Japan, um, kidnapped a girl and told her to call her parents and say, like, she's gonna be at a friend's house. And they did this in this guy's house, and the parents were afraid of their son, and so they didn't say anything because they're afraid of what the son did. And so they tortured her and, like, did horrible, horrible things to her. And then they put her in this concrete, no, not concrete, a barrel and filled it with concrete and then threw it inside a abandoned place. And I think the parents called um and reported them or something like that. So, yeah. Um I read all of the People's Temple because I thought that was the coolest. I think that's the coolest thing. This is where the don't drink the Kool-Aid comes from. So, this is a really good article. Uh, it's about how this guy completely created this thing called um the People's Temple. It's a full name, but I don't really remember the name. Anyway, but he like created it to make money and spread his communist beliefs. And he learned and he like learned everything that he could to make people listen to him, and they did, and he got over 900 followers, and he killed them. He literally killed them. He made them drink a grape flavored Kool-Aid, Flavor Aid, and yeah, it's more intense than that. Like, I would definitely suggest reading that. Last article. I know you're probably tired of listening to me read, so if you don't like this, then just don't watch the next one, because this is pretty much what it is. The next article is the UK USA. It's pretty much says that they study their own, like, they study people and watch people, and then they report it to the Five Eyes. It's called Five Eyes too. I would check it out. It really confused me. I didn't completely understand it, but I would definitely go check that out. Okie dokie. See you next time.